Folks, I used to believe some very foolish things. I used to think that you could just find a relationship laying on the ground, and that's not the case. Relationships, whether friendship or romantic, both apply, are never discovered. They are always built. This is the problem. Initial chemistry can be very deceptive. What do I mean by this? Well, let's say you meet someone and you got along very well. We just got along so swimmingly. We vibed. We totally vibed, man. It was great. That doesn't mean you have a relationship, buddy boy. I'm sorry to say. Conversely, let's say your initial chemistry was not good. And we didn't really have anything in common. There's no reason for us to hang out, just flat out. You'd be very surprised what a little bit of time and investment in that relationship can do. This slide's called Relationships Are Built Over Time. The strength of a relationship, the strength of that felt connection, really comes from the shared body of experiences that y'all have and the degree to which you've been vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable with each other. And that vulnerability builds trust. That's what the foundation of the relationship really is, not so much initial chemistry. So this is my point. There have been so many times that I've made a friend out of somebody that I didn't feel we had much in common to begin with. There's someone down this very hall, there's someone down the hall that I met that I've known for a couple months now, and like, we don't have anything in common. Literally, I had no interest, and yet over time, through a bunch of little shared interactions, now we're cool, now we're friends. It's a miracle. Here's a much more significant story. I had moved to a new city and I met this person, let's call her Lola. I met them one day, we exchanged contact information, and I really wasn't thinking that much of it. I really wasn't even planning to hit them up. Later that week in the hardware store, I get a phone call from her and I'm like, why is this person calling me? Hey, what's going on? They were very persistent about calling and keeping up with me. And I'm not the type of person to reject help. So I gave this person a chance. Oh, we hung out more over the next couple months, and slowly my heart started to change toward this person. Eventually I reached a turning point where I was like, wow, this person is really actually valuable to me and brings something to my life that I never expected given the initial chemistry that we had. It was just a massive life lesson that taught me that relationships really are built over time. Even if you don't think that you have that much in common to begin with, you'd be very surprised what you can build. A lot of times, and I'm so guilty of this, we tend to think about relationships with a consumer mindset. Like, I'm gonna go out shopping for the perfect car, and I'm gonna look for everything I want with attributes X, Y, and Z, and for the right price, and then I'm gonna buy that car. And that'll be that. It's gonna be perfect. No, that's not actually how it works. How it really works is like, I'm interested in taking a master's program in economics. And when I find one that looks promising, I'm gonna invest in that and dedicate myself to seeing where that goes and putting in the work required to earn that degree. This all kind of suggests to me that we should stop searching for the perfect friendship or relationship, and we should really focus on trying to build it instead. Total perspective shift, if you ask me. The choice of which relationship to invest in is still significant. Our time here is so limited. We need to be mindful of who we are giving our precious time, energy, and attention to. They say you become like the 5 people that are closest to you. I've learned recently that we're constantly being shaped into someone. Whether you realize it or not, you're being formed into a person. There's a future you that's being formed in large part by the people that you surround yourself with. Ideally, we want to surround ourselves with people that are better than us, that are going to lift us up and kind of that align with the type of person that we're trying to become. What does this mean practically in real life? I think that it's important to seek people that are willing to mutually invest in the relationship with us. If you are finding that someone is not putting the effort in that you are, you have every right to go elsewhere and give your precious time to someone else. Because I can guarantee you, there's a lot of people out there that will value what you bring to the table. It says, don't waste energy chasing unreciprocated connections. Focus on those who genuinely want to build something with you. In summary, initial chemistry can be a little bit deceiving, whether friendship or romantic. That doesn't really form the basis of a relationship. It's more like a signal. What matters more in creating that sense of connection is the time and effort that we put in. Relationship is really built on a body of shared experiences and trust and shared vulnerability with each other. When you're outside of a default social structure like a school, you have to think more about who you're investing your time into. Relationships are not discovered, they are built one experience at a time. I hope this helps you guys. Please leave any thoughts you had about this topic in the comments. And thank you so much for coming back.